I love you with my heart, with my soul, with every fibre of my entire being. Together we can make this world a much more harmonious place. How you doing today? So, I want to share with you the secret behind the secret to success. And it's very, very simple. The secret to success is preparation. You have to be ready. You have to be ready for whatever life places in front of your path. Whatever obstacles you have to climb over, you have to be prepared. Now, you don't know what these obstacles are going to be. You don't know what life's going to throw at you. So all you can do every single day is just do your best to be ready. And the best way to do that is to eat good foods, eat clean foods, eat Mother Nature, exercise. Exercise is so important. Exercise every day. We're human beings. We were born to move, to run, to jump, to play, not to sit down at our computers, 23.5 hours a day, or to sit down at an office desk, or to sit in front of a television. We should be out in nature, running around. Meditate. Meditate every day, even if it's for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. My suggestion to you would be to meditate every morning when you wake up, even if it's for 5 to 10 minutes. Every night before you go to bed, 5 to 10 minutes. Meditate. If you can find a spot during the day for 5 to 10 minutes and meditate, do it. Really and truthfully, life should be one constant meditation. Okay? Slow down your mind, slow down your thinking, live in your heart, okay? So nutrition, exercise, meditation, very, very important. If you're fit, if you're healthy, if you're emotionally balanced, if you're living in your heart, which means you're not going to make rash decisions because you're doing your thing, you're making your decisions from a heartfelt place, and you're not inside of your head where you're thinking all the time and you've got that 0.25 second window between stimulus and response because you're up here all the time. That's gone. You can be down here, you've created space, and things that come into your pathway, into your space, into your life, you can look at them, you can observe them without getting emotionally involved in them, and you can take a step back, look in at the situation, observe it, and then make a calculated decision from your heart. So those three things, for me, are really what it's all about. Exercise, meditation, and food. Okay? Eat clean. Along with food comes water. Make sure that you're hydrated. Okay? And don't drink tap water. You don't want to be drinking tap water. You want to find a different source of water, natural water. Bottled water is not very good either. Okay? Drink your urine. Okay, that comes under nutrition. Okay? In your urine you have so much goodness. Okay? Go and do your research. Drink your own urine in the morning. So important. It's the only liquid on the planet that contains all the information on your own body. So, if you're doing these three things all of the time, you're going to be prepared for anything that comes your way. Now, what is the secret behind the secret? This is the important part of this video. The secret behind the secret is fear. You see, fear on one hand is illusory and it doesn't exist, but on the other hand, fear does exist. Okay, you have that kind of gut-wrenching feeling inside of you when something feels uneasy, and generally when you're frightened of something, it's because you should be doing that thing. You should be facing up to your fears. So the secret behind the secret to success is fear. It's to move towards your fears. Every single day, life is offering you challenges, things that are a little bit uneasy. And what most of us do is we shy away from them and we take a detour and we try and go around them. But then what happens, further down the train track, life chucks that same thing in front of us, but a bigger and grander version of it. So it's actually a little bit tougher to move towards that fear at that particular moment in time, because it's grown in scale. So what we need to learn to do is to face every single one of our challenges, every single one of our fears head on in the moment, whatever it is. Okay, your heart is your life compass, and it will lead you in the direction of your dreams, but it's going to lead you through your fears. Okay, your greatest version of you, your largest life, lives on the other side of your fears. So every single day, life is preparing you for what you need to learn, what you need to combat, to get over, to accommodate, to learn to be with, to sit with, to be around, to allow into your space until you can feel comfortable with it. Whether that is, I don't know, it could be public speaking, it could be your boss comes into your space and tells you something that you don't like and you don't stand up for yourself, you kind of swallow it. Yeah, all of these little things that are happening in your life. A stranger says something and you don't respond in a way that is congruent with your authenticity. We let people push us around left, right and centre. And actually these people that say and do things in our life that we don't really like, they're amazing. They're blessings in disguise, because what they're doing every single time they say something or do something you don't like, instead of you speaking your mind and actually telling the person how you really feel, not in a combative way or a rude way or an aggressive in an aggressive fashion, but in a way where you're just speaking your mind and speaking from your heart and showing your authenticity. So you can actually stand up for what you feel, what you know, and be who you truly are. And each time we don't stand up for ourselves, life just squashes us a little bit more, and it makes us a little bit more frightened. So the next time the bigger obstacle comes along, we find it even tougher to move towards. So the secret behind the secret to success is to follow your fears, to move towards your fears, to welcome your fears into your life until those fears are no longer fears. That's where that term fear is illusory comes from, because when you move towards your fears, they're no longer fears. They become illusory, they become non-existent. But there is a time when you are frightened of them. But the thing that makes you frightened of them is your head, your thoughts. So if we come back to 1, 2 and 3, food, nutrition, exercise and meditation, all of those things are designed and geared towards slowing down your thought processes, living in your heart, optimizing your brain chemical balance by not putting sugars and rubbish food into your body, and also exercise so you can release any stuck and stored stuff that's floating around your body on a physical, mental, emotional and spiritual level. You know, you can kind of dispel it, you know, push it through, allow it to move on. Exercise is great for that. And exercise also releases chemical neurotransmitters, serotonin, dopamine, into your brain again to make you feel great, to make you feel happy. So that when these fearful things, obstacles, opportunities come into your life, you can deal with them in the best possible fashion, because you're centered, you're in your heart, you're balanced, your brain's not shooting all over the place because it's not full of shit. Okay, crappy foods with chemicals. You've not been watching the television and listening to the radio and reading the newspapers. So all this infiltration of less positive energies, the influx is not infiltrating your brain and making you think a certain way. So when these fears come into your path, you don't think, oh my god, why am I dealing with this again? I can't cope with that today. And you turn and leg it and you run the other way. I hope this is making sense to you. This is so simple. It's not the easiest thing to do because we've been so conditioned to not speak our truth and not stand up for ourselves and not do what our heart is telling us to do. We listen to our brain. So please, follow the secret. The secret is exercise, nutrition and meditation. And the secret behind the secret is to move towards your fears. It's that simple, guys. You've got to decide, what kind of life do you want to live? Or what kind of life do you want to exist in? Do you want to exist in this life, you know, scraping by, always worried, always living in fear, always letting people push you around so you fit into the plan of other people, or the plans of other people, you know, instead of following your own divine plan? Because you are a spiritual being having this human experience, and you were created from a divine blueprint. And when you meditate, you're bringing this light into your consciousness, and it's reconnecting you to that divine blueprint so your heart can steer you in the direction of your dreams. But it's going to take you through your fears, because as you overcome your fears and move towards your fears and you crush your fears, you grow. And as you grow, you gain more knowledge, you gain more wisdom, more clarity, and your purpose becomes clearer and clearer. And eventually, you stand there on the pedestal of life thinking, geez, man, life's great. How did I get here? It's like and then you kind of get there, and you stand there, and you're living this dream. You're living this dream, and you wonder to yourself, boy, how did I get here? And everything that happened just seems like a blur. But that's okay. That's just the way that it is. All you need to do is to keep moving. Progress. Progress, progress, progress. Keep moving towards your fears. Keep overcoming them. Keep growing. Keep expanding. And keep following this. Your life compass, your heart. Your heart loves you. You are your heart. Your heart knows what's best for you. You know what's best for you. All you've got to do is follow your heart. Eat clean. Exercise. Meditate. Follow your fears. I love you so much, my friend. I love you with my heart, with my soul, with every fibre of my entire being. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel now. Share these videos with your friends, with your family, with your loved ones. Together we can make this world a much more harmonious place. Teamwork is the key. You know that already. Thank you so much for listening, watching and sharing. I'll see you again very, very soon. One love, my friends.